All right, we're almost there. We're almost near the end. We are now putting our table of contents in. It is it's the last thing that you do when you finish your report because you have to ensure that your margins and your spacing is all correct. To put in a table of contents, you have to understand the notion of why it was really important that we modified those styles. So let's go back to the very beginning. Remember when I asked you to create a style and then modify it and rename it so that it appears here. So we renamed our indents, we renamed our medical office list, and we renamed our subheadings. Well, this is going to be really important because it was the subheadings that is going to designate our pages automatically. Let's see how this is done. We go over to the word references on the menu bar. We click once on the word references, and we go over to the word table of contents. We ensure, first of all, that that cursor is before the section break on the second page. So I want to make sure we're on the right page. And then we go down to the words insert table of contents. So that's references, table of contents, insert table of contents. So what it's recognizing right now is heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3 in a table of contents. But we don't really want all of those headings. We really only want it to recognize the subheadings. So we click on the word options on the menu bar. We scroll down. We then take out 1, 2, and 3. And then we continue to scroll down until we see our subheadings listed here. There it is right here. We type the number 1 beside subheadings. What did we effectively do? We are telling the program to identify all the subheadings throughout the document and their corresponding page numbers. We're putting a 1 there to determine that it will be the first thing that's identified. So once we have the 1 beside that and a check mark appears at the same time, we click on OK. Once we have this, we also click on OK and watch what happens. Yay! So what we have is we have an introduction starting on page 2, and then all of the subheadings that we created appear in the table of contents automatically. So we'll head over to the home page. We're going to deselect the paragraph mark so that you can see what it looks like. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at this and see if we can just adjust it so that it's centered. Now remember you put in that paragraph break? That's important because anything you do here, you really don't want to change here because you went to the trouble of already changing those margins. So let's move this down. And look at that, it's changing only on that page. You want to center those table of contents, and then what you want to ensure is that, in fact, we have the right font. So we click on font, it's Arial, click on 12, and I forgot to highlight. Let's try again, I'm so excited to finish this. So we go over to Arial, and we go to 12. Now that we have the correct font and we have the correct table of contents, we're going to actually put in a table of contents. So to do that, we go over to the word home again, and look at this. We've got wonderful headings here. Well, let's find a table of contents that works for us. This heading 2 looks pretty good. I'm going to actually move that down just a bit, and I'm going to click on heading number 2. I'm going to type in table of contents. I double click outside it, and then I look to see if that in fact looks good. It does. I check to make sure that the page numbers actually correspond to the right section. So I look for introduction. It's supposed to start on page 2. In fact, it does, even though it's not labeled as such. I look for summary. It's supposed to end on page 6. It does. I am thrilled. I've already been through the report many times to ensure for spacing and margins. I have a beautiful table of contents. I am done. I am ready to print and send this off.